Once upon a time, in a kingdom that glittered like gold but hid shadows in every corner, there ruled a queen feared by all. Her beauty was unmatched, but it was her cruelty that made her infamous. She hoarded wealth, taxed the poor beyond measure, and delighted in the suffering of those who begged for bread. Farmers whispered of her wrath, and children trembled at her name. But the queen had not always been cruel. In her youth, she was just another noble, ambitious but harmless. Her heart changed the day she found the dark relic of the ancients, a cursed artifact buried beneath the royal palace. Legends said it could grant unimaginable power, but at a price. Blinded by ambition, she claimed it. The relic whispered to her, weaving promises of eternal dominance, untold wealth, and beauty no one could rival. The moment she touched it, fire ran through her veins, and her eyes glowed like molten gold. The magic bound to her soul, amplifying her ambition into cruelty. Overnight, the noble girl became the wicked queen, feared by all. The people suffered under her reign. Beggars were thrown from palace steps, farmers were driven into the forests, and anyone who spoke against her vanished in the night. The kingdom's streets were silent, except for the whispers of despair, but hope, as always, hides in the most unexpected places. Fate, as it often does, has a sense of irony. In a small village, far from the castle's glittering towers, lived a girl named Leora. She was poor, a commoner, but her heart burned with defiance. She had grown up watching the queen's tyranny and had witnessed the suffering of her friends and family. And when the queen's soldiers came for her village, Leora made a vow she would stop the queen, no matter what it took. Leora trained in secret. She learned to move silently, to strike with precision, and to read the ancient scrolls of magic hidden in the village library. She studied the legends of the dark relic, understanding its weakness. The power it granted could be undone by an act of pure courage from one uncorrupted by ambition. And so, the day came when Leora climbed the castle walls under a moonless night. Guards patrolled the corridors, but she was faster, quieter, smarter. She reached the vault where the relic pulsed with a dark light, almost alive, almost whispering her name. The wicked queen appeared before her, eyes glowing with the fire of the relic. "Who dares?" she hissed, her voice slicing the air like a dagger. "I am no one," Leora said calmly. "And yet I am everyone you've ever wronged." The queen unleashed a storm of magic. Walls shattered, fire and shadows twisted into monstrous forms, and the castle shook with the force of their clash. Leora dodged and countered with spells of her own making, strikes born not of power but of courage and heart. The battle raged for hours. The queen, intoxicated with the relic's power, grew reckless. Her spells burned the floors, toppled pillars, and sent knights flying like ragdolls. But Leora, focused and fearless, reached the relic. With a cry that echoed through the throne room, she shattered it. The relic exploded in a storm of light, ripping the magic from the queen's veins. She screamed as her powers vanished, her golden eyes dimming to ordinary brown. The monsters that had obeyed her melted into shadows. The castle fell silent. The people who had gathered outside in fear watched as the once mighty queen crumpled to the floor. Powerless, Leora stepped forward, unafraid. She had no army, no crown, no magic, only the courage to face tyranny. And in that courage, the kingdom found hope. In a simple ceremony, the people crowned her queen. Leora ruled with kindness and wisdom, listening to the cries of those who had been ignored for so long. And the wicked queen, who had once held the kingdom in fear, became a cautionary tale, a reminder that power without heart is nothing. The kingdom flourished under Queen Leora, the commoner who had dared to challenge darkness. And in every whispered story, every song sung by children, her courage lived on.